Where are you originally from?
Now, I'm originally from London. I lived there till I was about 15. Yeah, so I'm from London.
What will inspire you to dance?
What inspired me and who inspired me to dance? When I first started dancing, I guess it was girls that inspired me to dance because it was my only way of actually being able to have any sort of contact with them because I was always shy. Just the people that I dance with, like beat breakers, the kids I teach. Yeah, those are my main inspirations.
You teach young people now. What's the most important thing you think your students can learn from dancing?
Yeah, that's a very good question. But the main thing really that a lot of kids can learn through dance is self-confidence, I guess. With what we do and in classes, you're kind of forced to interact with a lot of people and just do stuff that is out of your comfort zone. So I guess it just teaches you confidence, and it also teaches you how to interact and just try something new. I think that's something that society doesn't like people doing, trying something new. So I feel that could help to kind of just help people to explore out their comfort zone. So.
You have recently become the face of Plymouth. Do you feel this is an important step for you?
Yeah. In terms of connecting with the youth in the city, yeah. I think it's a very important step. It's because obviously the people that beforehand, obviously they had their, I think all the ones previously that got it before me, they obviously had their own sort of influences. But I feel that my main influence is with the younger generation because that's the type of people that I teach and the people that I surround myself with. So I feel that it can help to shine a positive light on the youth today. I mean, there's always going to be your bad points and stuff, but you have that of everything. But there are a lot of young people out there doing positive things, which you guys are doing right now. So I think that people need to see that, and I think a bit more faith needs to be put in the youth today. So yeah, I do see it as a big step.
Who or what inspired you to become the face of Plymouth?
Who what inspired me? The kids I teach. Because I've obviously known a lot of these kids since they were little babies. So I've seen them grow and seen a lot of stuff that they've done, not just within dance, but outside of dance. Academically, they've gone out and done teams within schools, which has helped kids to kind of grow confidence as well. And just to see that they can actually go out by themselves and actually do something positive, like that was the main inspiration for me. Because obviously, as I said before, like I don't think that a positive light has been shining on the kids too much in the city, and I think that obviously, if I can try and help, even if it's like a little bit, to change that and to change people's ideas of the youth of today, then yeah, then that's what keeps me going. So that's what really inspired me. Just the kids that I taught. I mean, you guys, it's actually pretty cool seeing what you guys are doing. So yeah.
Beat breakers are a very diverse group in colour, background and outlook. Do you feel this has given the young people a better grounding in life outside of the group?
Yeah, definitely. Like when I was growing up, I was surrounded by a lot of people of different backgrounds, races, and so on and so forth. But when I moved up to, I also moved up to a place in Yorkshire for a couple of years, and that was completely different. Like there wasn't much of diversity going on, and that was my first kind of taste of, I would say, racism. Yeah, a bit of that. So coming down here and obviously seeing what Chris has done, and obviously within Beat Breakers we have people from all walks of life and all different cultures. And I think for them it kind of just shows them, it gives them a bit more of an insight into other cultures and into other beliefs and so on and so forth. And everyone respects that. So I think obviously when they do go out of the group, then they've already kind of experienced a lot of stuff. So nothing's new to them, and they're more understanding, and they're more, I wouldn't even say accepting. I just think that for them they don't see colour or race or how much money you've got. They just see that person. So I do believe that this group has helped with that.
How did it make you feel being the first black face of Plymouth?
How does it make me feel? Very good. I think that it just shows that times are changing, and people are ready to accept people of other races and cultures and so on and so forth. So I think that it just shows that I think Plymouth are willing to show that they are growing as a multicultural, very diverse community. So I think the fact that I have been appointed the first black face of Plymouth is kind of the right step in the right direction. So I feel very good. Like, it's not something that I didn't like go, yes, I'm the first black face of Plymouth when I got in, but looking back on it, it was like, actually, yeah, it does. It shows Plymouth in a very positive light. So yeah.
When you first came to Plymouth, did you experience a lot of racism? And now, 6 years on, is it any better?
To be honest with you, not really actually. Not as much as I've experienced in the past. But the reality is just there's ignorance everywhere. So I mean, obviously, in any city, anywhere you go, there'll always be that one person whose views are different to others. So it's just something you have to accept. But since moving down here, no, I haven't really experienced any sort of racism. You get the odd remark and the odd kind of, by someone, but I don't really consider that racism in terms of what I know from other people, their experiences. But yeah, but I say stuff that's changed within the past 6 years. I just guess because obviously with the uni being here, we have a lot of people from different areas and stuff, and it's really good when you go out now, you just see people just vibing with everyone, which is something that I never really experienced before. So yeah, I guess it's just the general acceptance again of people's cultures and backgrounds and so on and so forth. I think that's probably what's changed. I think times are moving forward now, and the fact is, obviously, America's got a mixed race president now, so it's kind of showing that times are moving forward. So yeah, I guess that's the change. 6 years, I think people are just becoming more unified. That's even unity. Yeah.
If you could give one good piece of advice to the young people today, what would it be?
Right, okay. This is a bit longer. Right, if I was to give advice to the youth of today, I think the youth of today really need to understand that the world doesn't owe them anything. I think that they need to really take hold of the advantages that they do have living in this society. I mean, things aren't right, and it's not, it's not always going to be plain sailing, and there are things wrong with what's going on today. But I think that the youth today really need to just take advantage of the opportunities that are around them. Obviously, I know that teaching for a few of the kids, and some of the kids come from backgrounds that are really, really bad, but they've taken whatever strength they've had inside, they've taken that, and they have turned it into something positive, and they're doing positive things. So I do believe that anything is possible in that sense. I do feel that the youth today should really take that and just kind of just do something positive with what they're doing. Also, the main thing as well is consistency. I feel that, again, today with society, like, there's so much pressure that you have to go out and you have to, for example, GCSEs, it's like, yeah, you have to get this grade. If you don't, then you're a failure. You go into, and I don't believe that's the way things should work. I do believe that you should just say, well, look, there's so many things that you can do. Just make sure that you try, and it's good to fail. And I think obviously you have to be consistent. And you have to understand that things ain't always going to go smoothly. But as long as you have the right mindset and you want to achieve, then you just have to be consistent and just take the loss and just keep moving. Because obviously a lot of the successful people that you see today have had their fair share of losses. So, but obviously they're successful because they've gone and they've tried and they kept going. So yeah, just be patient and consistent. and just be prepared to work hard if you want something. Just be prepared to work hard. Yeah. Cool.